Welcome everyone. Today it's June 26th, Saturday. This video should be my preview of my trip to Adelaide, but as the title suggests, it's not because Greater Sydney is going to be in a 2 week lockdown from 2 week from 6 p.m. onwards. 6 p.m. onwards from now on, from 6 p.m. onwards, 2 weeks. Yes. Why? Because the day after my flight or accommodation and tours on June 15th, and then last week, June 16th, there is a mystery case when a driver who drove those international cabin crews to quarantine got the COVID-19, and he did not get vaccinated, and then he got like the Delta variant, and then throughout the week it spread across basically Sydney into different local government areas, etc. or so. So yeah, because of this, Bondi, or whatever you call it, eastern suburbs cluster, different states already react to it, and then basically, even though you could go, but you either you need to get quarantined or so. I could have, like a few days ago, I could have changed my plans to go to Adelaide earlier, but for now it's already like too late. I was a bit undecisive. So anyways, so from now onwards for 2 weeks until July 9th, Friday, actually not only Greater Sydney but also Blue Mountains, Central Coast and Wollongong areas will be in 2 week lockdown. Yes, 2 week lockdown, which is not that common for I guess New South Wales, because last time when we experienced really lockdown is already back in like last year around like April or so, when COVID-19 starting to like emerge or so, and then that time was like a national scale lockdown. But since then we don't really have lockdown. It was more like some restrictions or so. Even like for the Northern Beaches cluster early in January this year, it was only the lockdown in Northern Beaches, but the rest of Greater Sydney it's more like restrictions rather than lockdown. But for this time, Greater Sydney and also for Blue Mountains, Central Coast and Wollongong itself, it's 2 week lockdown, because like the cases grew. I think up to today it's already like 80 something local cases, and the exposure sites are increasing like heaps of them daily across Sydney. So it seems like inevitable Greater Sydney will be in lockdown. So because of lockdown, obviously you can't go elsewhere. Even though interstate, you still have to follow those like stay at home orders for 2 weeks. So needless to talk about like interstate, needless to talk about my trip to Adelaide. In the midst of COVID-19, I missed Adelaide for the second time already, because last year, November, it was because of the Parafield cluster, which caused the several days lockdown in Adelaide. But this time, because of the Bondi cluster, and even worse, it's because of the Delta variant. Now, 2 week lockdown. Hopefully, it will be just 2 weeks, and yeah, and also because of lockdown, so like for church service tomorrow, or even like all like church gatherings, even like CG or Bible studies on Wednesday, it will all be reverted back to Zoom or like online or like live stream service tomorrow. So at least you don't need to, I mean for me, I don't need to wake up that early, which is good. Maybe, yes. And then for restaurant, if you could do takeaway only. If not, sorry, you have to close for 2 weeks. So yeah, which is a bit annoying, but hopefully through this 2 week lockdown will be fine. And my second dose of vaccination will be on July 10th, which is the day hopefully after the lockdown. So hopefully as the lockdown continues, the figures will be, the COVID-19 figures will be controlled and will be controlled up better and then decrease, so that if July 10th is the first day out of lockdown, then I could really dine in a cafe or whatever restaurant to kind of celebrate. Not only I am fully vaccinated by then, and also out of lockdown. And yeah, so although obviously I can't make to Adelaide, but at least I could save some credit, whatever, like flight credit, or also my tour credit as well. Now a good time to save my credit and money for my future, hopefully trips, whatever interstate or even like trans-Tasman, to New Zealand, as soon as the border reopens. So yeah, just pray that the COVID-19 situation in New South Wales or Greater Sydney, for example, to be stable. Because, well, obviously for Greater Sydney, Blue Mountains, Central Coast and Wollongong in lockdown, even though in regional New South Wales there are more some restrictions back. So basically, obviously you have to stay, even though in case you already traveled to regional New South Wales or so, you still have to follow like the same stay-at-home orders as you are in here. So hopefully things will be better, and take care and stay safe. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but at least you could save some money and everything. Yeah. So later on, supposedly dine in for dinner or so, but at least for the coming 2 weeks, it is not, because you only can get takeaway, which is not. One way, like, it's different from dining experience, but for some restaurants they offer like 10% discount if you buy food takeaway, which is not bad. And at least in the midst of COVID-19 and like in the midst of lockdown, you could still support the local business. Yeah, so bye Adelaide. I don't know when, hopefully as soon as border reopens. Restaurants, takeaway, yep. And like you could still go to uni. They are essential purposes if you need to study or work, but probably I don't get much chance to. For bowling, non-essential, closed for 2 weeks. Yeah, hopefully it will just only be 2 weeks, and yeah, by the time I get vaccinated, I can celebrate, dine in, yeah. And for church, whenever at Sunday service or Wednesday CG online. For now, hopefully it will be all in just these 2 weeks. Fingers crossed, Gladys or New South Wales government can hopefully handle this with their so-called gold standard. Because the situation is pretty a bit severe, from just one mystery cases last Wednesday, June 16th, and then now already like less than 2 weeks, it's already like 80 something local cases. So maybe lockdown it's better, or I don't know, but yeah, I think that's all for now. The first day of officially of lockdown in Greater Sydney. So I don't know if you like this video. If you, whatever you do, please comment and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow my Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. And if you're in Greater Sydney or in these lockdown affected areas, take care and stay safe. We'll meet face to face definitely again, hopefully after 2 weeks. COVID-19 situation here will be controlled, kept low, fingers crossed. Okay? Take care, everyone, and stay safe. See you guys in the next video.